District Chief Mark Bogusch, BOU.
Breaking news now, a plane has crashed on Davis Islands. Let's go in on the presser happening right now.
Fire rescue can describe that side of it, which is probably most of what we're going to have for you here today. And Emily Nips with Tampa International, and I'm Steve Hegarty with Tampa Police. So you want to start it with something of a timeline, please?
We received a call about 11:33 of the possibility of an aircraft that had crashed here at Peter Knight Airport. Our first unit was on scene in about 4 minutes. It was the fireboat that was out doing some training here in the port area, and they did indeed confirm that we did have at least one aircraft that was on fire on the ground and was able to describe exactly where on the property that the aircraft was located. The first arriving engine company arrived approximately 2 minutes after that and made access onto the property and started to effect firefighting procedures. And it was not a very large fire at the time. It was very easy to get under control. And then we proceeded with a search for any victims in the surrounding areas. It was confirmed that we did have 2 people who were deceased within the wreckage of the aircraft. Are there any questions?
What about a second aircraft?
That is under investigation. There's a lot of different stories that are circulating right now, and right now it'll be up to the FAA to do that investigation.
You know, men, women, children?
We do not know. We do not know the sexes, the names, or the size of the deceased at this time.
Were they landing, taking off, anything?
We don't know. It's under investigation.
We're getting reports of a plane that you guys might be looking for at Tampa Executive Airport.
Again, that's under investigation. Do you have anything you want to add?
Okay. Have we said what kind of plane it is or anything like that?
No, we have not.
Okay.
No.
I think we can say it was
If you want.
Okay, yeah. It was a twin-engine Cessna 310-310, and I think we can confirm that it was departing. That's really all we're able to say at this point. And it's being investigated, and Emily can address, you know, what organizations would be brought in to investigate something like that.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to add other than it's going to be investigated by the FAA and the NTSB as all plane crashes are handled, and they will be the ones releasing the information as it comes today.
Do we have a tail number at this point?
We don't have a tail number.
It was granted access to take off.
I don't know that.
Is any witnesses able to tell you anything about the plane? Anybody?
I don't know.
Nobody at the airport knows? Flight plans or anything like that?
That'll all be investigated by the FAA.
Can you talk about any tower traffic or, you know, any other planes taking off, landing, that sort of thing?
No.
Can you talk about how this airport operates, you know, with Tampa International, what kind of control?
Well, we have general aviation airports. Peter Knight is one of them. Vandenberg is one of them. Tampa Executive. So these are part of the Aviation Authority airports. So we do control these airports, but when there's a plane crash, FAA is the one that investigates the crash.
So when planes take off and land, do they need permission?
Yes.
Did the pilot give any indication he's having trouble with the tower?
I don't know that.
FAA here yet?
I believe they're here,
Yeah, I
yes.
believe they're here, yeah. Most of your questions are very answerable. We're just very early in the investigation, so we should have answers later today. We're just trying to give you some information as quickly as we can.
Do you
So
know
we come back
exactly
here?
where the plane was taking off to, where its destination was?
Many of your questions are answerable, and
Sorry,
no, we should
really
know
don't.
a lot of these answers.
You gonna
Yeah.
put
a
out
little bit.
releases in later?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are
and
the airplanes, do they have are they that close together, the airports, that only one plane can take off from the airport at a time?
I can't answer that.
Currently, Peter Knight is closed to air.
Currently it's closed, yes.
Any ETA as to how long that will?
We're not sure. Best I can tell you is to follow. We'll be putting out official releases on our Twitter, which is FlyTPA. So whenever there's an update about the airfield opening up, we'll put that out.
So I just want to be clear. You can't say definitively that only one plane was involved.
We can't say that. Not at this time. There should be some more information later about that.
And you can't say again that you guys are not looking for another plane?
Can't say that, no.
Are you guys rerouting any planes from this airport to any other airport?
I'm not sure.
But the crash itself, the scene
Close,
itself,
so.
only debris from one plane.
Yes, yes.
The twin engine Cessna
310.
310 taking off somehow caught fire. That's all we know. What people dead. Pretty much.
That's all.
But caught fire. But there was a crash, or it just caught fire?
I don't know the details of the crash. And that's going to be under investigation by the FAA. We won't be able to release that.
You said the fire was manageable. Could you describe the wreckage? I mean, was it in multiple pieces spread out, or was it? Sure.
The actual site is, the airplane is totally destroyed and was completely engulfed in flames upon arrival of the first arriving units. We do not know the circumstances on how that airplane came to be where it is. That's all part of the investigation. As all of you folks have heard stories, that's all we've heard at this time, and that's why the investigation will need to be done so that the correct information can be given out.
Any indication of anything on the plane other than the 2 people?
We did not dig through the wreckage. That was left intact for the FAA to do their investigation. Okay, I think we're good.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Your title?
I'm District Chief Mark Bogish, and I'm the shift commander. Okay, thank you.
So right now you're hearing from several authorities talking about this plane crash that happened just after 11:30 this morning at Peter O. Knight Airport. 2 people confirmed dead at this time. We do have a picture of the type of plane they were in. Hopefully we can get that up. We're being told it was a twin Cessna. It was trying to leave Peter O. Knight when this accident happened. Now investigators are being very vague about exactly what happened in this. Okay, there's the plane, the type of plane these people would have been in when this accident happened. Investigators, as well as all the people we were just hearing from, those officials being very vague on exactly what happened and how all of this started just after 11:30 this morning. The FAA, the NTSB, all of them investigating right now. Peter O. Knight Airport is closed at this time. I want to get to Ryan Raish, one of our reporters on the ground with team coverage. Ryan, what else can you tell us from there?
Well, let's kind of set the scene for you right now. It's right behind us. You can see the wreckage right from where we are standing right now, and you can see a lot of police officers over there, a fire engine over there, and there's really not much to see as far as the wreckage because it is just a pile of debris. You can see probably better from the air, from Action Air 1, but again, they're being pretty vague as far as what happened. They might not know at this point exactly what happened. There are reports of a second plane involved, and you heard some of our questions because we keep hearing some of these stories that perhaps there was another plane involved. All we can say and that we can confirm is there's only one plane that has crashed, or at least one debris field. So only one plane involved that they can confirm at this point. They're still kind of looking into this other report of another plane involved. What we can tell you, it was taking off. Another question is, did it actually crash, or did a fire start when it was trying to take off here from Peter O. Knight Airport? It did occur right here, what looks like right off the runway. So it's hard to say that it actually took off. It would be, I think it would be difficult for it to crash if it got airborne, just because it is so close. It's on the airport property, and it was taking off, so perhaps there was a fire involved, but I'm speculating. We're waiting for some more information from the authorities in a little bit. We expect some more information to come down. My photographer tipped me off on this. Eric, you want to go over there? This is a house right here on the corner. There was actually a plane that crashed into that house recently, in recent years, so this isn't unheard of. Obviously, planes crash everywhere, but it's interesting to think that right there that occurred within the last few years. We're waiting for some more information. Obviously, the big question is, was there a second plane involved? At this point, all we can say, one plane involved, 2 people deceased. Laura, back to you.
Ryan, thank you. So again, if you're just joining us, there's a plane crash just after 11:30 this morning over at Peter O. Knight Airport on Davis Islands. You just heard from Ryan there, 2 people dead in that crash. Still much more on this investigation to go. Officials telling us they were not ready to give a lot of details because they are still trying to investigate that. We will, of course, stay on top of this all afternoon long. You can watch us on air and online at abcactionnews.com, and look for us coming up at 4 o'clock on the Now Tampa Bay. Now back to regular programming.